Today I want to talk about PlayStation 5 storage. We all know that the PlayStation 5 famously doesn't have a huge amount of storage. 800 gigs is really not enough to cut it. Now, despite having one of the fastest types of storage with its SSD technology and its fantastic speeds, that's not so good if 3 or 4 games fill up the entire hard drive. In this video, we're going to be talking about which external hard drive is best for the PlayStation 5, what they can do and what they can't do, and then how the onboard storage works and how you can manage that a little bit better. Let's dive in and get started. Hey everybody, Josh here. If you're a new viewer of the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I make new videos about PlayStation every single day on the channel, so hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date. This video is all about PlayStation 5 storage and the lack thereof. And I want to talk about external hard drives, what's good, what's bad, and how the internal storage works. Let's start from the beginning. The PlayStation 5 came out with around 800 or so gigabytes of onboard SSD storage. This is incredibly fast, and that's one of the upsides of the PlayStation 5. You can load games like that, you can switch and boot games like that, you can install games like that. It's very, very quick, and it means that downloading to the hard drive is also a lot quicker, and loading between segments and games is enormously faster compared to the solid state on the PlayStation 4. One of the downsides of this is that SSD technology is so new that PlayStation and Sony obviously couldn't get the price down low enough to allow for a greater amount of storage. Because realistically, 800 gigabytes is just not enough, especially when any game is around 60 gigs to sometimes 90 gigs for these big AAA games, which means you can only really fit 5 or 6 PlayStation 5 games on the hard drive before it fills up. Now, currently, there is no solution for external storage for PlayStation 5 games. PS5 games need to be installed on the internal SSD on the PlayStation 5, and that's the only way you can play them as of now. However, Sony have announced that there will be the ability to expand your onboard storage memory with an NVMe SSD hard drive later on down the track, but that kind of doesn't exist as of recording this now in January 2020. That's something that will potentially come later in 2020, and you'll be able to then play more PS5 games off that expanded storage. The problem with that is that, again, it's going to be very costly to buy that expanded storage chip or expanded storage NVMe drive that is going to go into the PlayStation 5. That's PlayStation 5 storage in a nutshell. Not really a great solution, but the majority of the games are PS4 games anyway, which means that you're probably looking for a storage solution to store your PS4 games, and you're asking yourself, a standard portable hard drive which is, enormously cheaper, or a SSD drive which is more expensive but more in line with the NVMe technology that Sony actually uses for the PS5. I'm going to break down each of these pros and cons, and we'll talk about which one is a better solution. Let's start off with the standard portable hard drive. This here is a 4 terabyte portable hard drive. You can store a ton of games on this thing, and all you need to do is plug it in with a USB cable in the top into the back of the PS5, and away you go. This is the Seagate 4 terabyte backup plus portable hard drive. This is the tried and true method I've been using on the PlayStation 4 for a couple of years now, and it's been fantastic over on the PlayStation 4, comparable to the speeds you would get on the PS4, if not actually a little bit faster in terms of loading speeds. This thing is good. It's got a huge amount of onboard storage on it as well, and it plugs in from a simple USB micro B port on the back of the hard drive into a USB port on the back of the PS4, or in this case the PlayStation 5. This reads at about 100 megabits per second and writes at about 92 megabits per second. This thing here retails in Australia for about $139, which is just over $100 US. This is a good solution if you're looking for a massive amount of storage at a price. It's going to be significantly cheaper and heavier and bulkier than the likes of something like this. Which brings us on to option 2. This is a Samsung T7 SSD. This isn't the fastest of the Samsung SSD drives. They actually have a T5, a T7, and I believe a T9 as well. Obviously, they all get more expensive. This is a 1 terabyte hard drive. As you can see, it's about the size and thickness of a credit card. This thing is tiny and light. It's a neat, nifty little package. It uses a USB-C to USB-C connector, or a USB-C to USB-A connector you can choose, and actually comes with both in the box. And the read-write speed on this thing, it reads at about 1015 megabits per second and writes at about 900 megabits per second. So it's about 10 times faster than this thing over here. And I guess that's expected with SSD versus mechanical hard drive. One of the downsides of that is that it does heat up. When you are reading and writing to this thing, and you will be doing that frequently on the PlayStation 5, it does heat up significantly. So to touch, it does feel hot. As the hard drive heats up, it does actually slow down its processing power, so it won't be reading and writing quite as fast because it is trying to reduce the overall heat in this package, but it isn't anything significant. But you will be reading and writing constantly on this thing with the PS5, so it is going to happen. It's worth mentioning. The downside of this is it's like triple the cost of the other hard drive I talked about. This one here is about 300 Australian dollars, which works out to be about 230 US dollars. So it does come at its cost, obviously. It also comes in multiple different colors. I just picked the gray because it looks cool. I probably would have picked a white one to match the PS5 if there was a white one available, but I think it comes in red and blue as well. So which one is better? Well, it really depends what you're trying to do. If you're looking for an enormous amount of storage and you're on a budget and you've only got a couple of $100 to spend, or maybe $150 to spend, then this is the obvious option. This is going to store 4 terabytes of games on it, and it's going to be suitable for doing that, but you're going to be getting loading speeds more comparable to what's on the PlayStation 4. Now, if you're after something fast and you're after something that's going to be comparable to the PlayStation 5, then this is the only way to get that. As you're probably aware, PlayStation 4 games do load significantly faster on the PlayStation 5, and they do run better than they do on the PlayStation 4 in most cases. Using something like this is going to get the most comparable speed to running a PS4 game off the PlayStation 5 hard drive without having it on the hard drive because it's on a portable drive. But obviously it comes at a cost, around 230 US dollars for something like this. Personally now, I have sacrificed the amount of storage for the speed of the storage, and I'm personally just using the Samsung T7. I found that this is a fantastic solution for me. I know it's not quite as much as I would like, but it gives you about 1 terabyte plus the 800 gigabytes of onboard memory. I keep all my PS5 games on the onboard memory storage in that 800 gigabytes, and then I put all my PS4 games on this and just delete them as I go. Now, this isn't going to work for everyone. Some people are going to want more storage than this, and the good thing about it is that SSD technology is improving over time. These will become cheaper over the next couple of years until they get to a point where they're about the same price as something like this, which at the start of the PS4 generation would have cost you nearly $600. And I guess that's the beauty of technology, is always going to get cheaper. So maybe hold out for a little bit longer if you can, but if you're like me and you want to have games on your hard drive, then for now, I think this personally is the best solution. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys use an external hard drive for the PS5 and what you use. Maybe it works better than these two solutions I've proposed, but it'd be great for you to share feedback and thoughts in the comment section. I'm not a massive tech guy. I understand tech, but I'm not a tech reviewer or anything like that, so I don't know the ins and outs in terms of technical specs of these two drives. I just know which one has better performance and the pros and cons of each of them. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't enjoy it, give it a thumbs down, and hopefully you consider subscribing if you're a new viewer of the channel as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.